Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Scoreboardkeepers. I am your host, the Ref. And ladies and gentlemen, man, over here, we keep the score on all things sports, hip hop, and hot topics. But, it always comes a time where we got to touch one of those topics, right? We got to touch one of those topics that nobody really wants to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really wants to talk about it. But it needs to be said. It needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? This old saying says, a closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? And there's allegations running around here right now saying that Quinshon Judkins was arrested allegedly for domestic violence purposes. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't know for sure. We just know that they saying that he spent the night in jail and he was supposed to be, I think, in court this morning. He was supposed to be having, court this morning. But I'm going to say something, right? I'm going to put up this clock. I'm going to put him up. Okay? I'm going to put up this clock. And I'm going to put him up. Because this is disturbing. I'm going to tell you why. The reason I'm saying that this is a problem and why it's disturbing is because when I hear situations like this, it takes me back to Chris Carter. Okay? It takes me back to Chris Carter. Does everybody know who the Hall of Famer Chris Carter is? If you don't know who the Hall of Famer Chris Carter is, you got to go do your research. Okay? We're going to get this clock started because I'm going to put up some points today on this board because this will only take 10 minutes. Okay? I'm going to get me a sip of my water and then we're going to get right to it. Listen. Chris Carter used to be one of the guys that would speak at symposiums and, he would talk to the rookies and tell them things that they needed to hear because he could relate to them better than, some other people. You have a lot of single parent homes that these players come from. Some of them, no parents. This is why Deion Sanders is looked at as a father figure. Because he happens to have a lot of players around him, or not a lot, but some players that come from broken homes. This is just the facts. If you want me to sugarcoat this, then you're on the wrong channel. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some of these players come from broken homes. Some of them single parent homes. Some of them no parent homes. Some of them being raised by Big Mama's house. So, no doubt, some of these players are coming into some big money. Millions of dollars. But here's the problem. Everybody's trying to take on life so fast that they don't recognize that where you're going, sometimes everybody else can't go. Do y'all understand that? Chris Carter was not afraid to tell people that. He was not afraid to say, at one point in time, he said that if you're around some, and your guys are doing something, this, that, and the other, he's mentioned something about like everybody should have a fall guy. I understood what he was saying. He didn't mean no ill will by it, but what he was saying was basically is that, in that world that you're living, those type of people exist. They tried to act like he was saying something that nobody else understood. I totally understood it. There's people that do certain things in those kind of worlds that other people don't do. They just, it's just the facts of life. But these young players, I want everybody to hear my voice. All you young rookies out there, all you young players out there that's going into the NFL, the NBA, I don't care. I want you to listen to your OG, okay? I want you to listen to your OG because I'm going to give it to you straight. I need you to listen to me. Okay? Listen, I'm speaking directly right now to Quinshon Judkins. Okay? I'm talking to you first. Simply because of this situation right here. This situation right here. You are in jail, arrested for domestic violence, battery, okay? And you have not even signed your contract yet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem. This is a problem. This is what Chris Carter was actually talking about. Because let me just tell you something. All you guys out there that's in love, you know, and trying to accomplish your goals, your lifelong goals right now, you spent 20 years to get to where you got to go to show your family that you can make it. And all of a sudden you've been with somebody for 1 or 2 years walking around here in high heels. And the next thing you know, you in trouble. Let me just tell you this. It don't matter about how long you've been with her, okay? If it got to come to this, is what I'm saying. If it got to come to you guys having a disagreement and you're not even married yet. I'm sure you're not married, right? I'm sure you're not married, yet you're already hit with a DV charge. That if it got to come to this, that's somebody that you don't need to be around because the relationship is toxic. The relationship's absolutely toxic, so you got to get away from it. That's what it is. If neither one of those sides or neither one of those parties are willing to bend or break or be or actually change, you might as well just go on your separate ways, man. You might as well go on your separate ways. Here you are, picked up number 36 pick by the Cleveland Browns. You're a super stud out of Ohio State, right? Super stud out of Ohio State. You know what I mean? And you got your whole life and career ahead of you. And I'm pretty sure there's some people in your family that you could take care of with that money that you were allegedly about to sign. That's a couple of points for me right there. I'm putting up 3 points for me. 4 points. Doggone it. Listen, you guys have to be smart in making your choices and your decisions. Not everybody can go where you're going. I know this one thing for sure. If somebody that's with you right now, if this person that's with you right now, they all know the situation when the police are called on NFL players. I'm not saying that there wasn't anything going on inside of the house or wherever you were. If it wasn't, if this is a lie, these are the things that you're subjecting yourself to. Because somebody called the police. And whoever that somebody was, if they called the police and they were just calling the police because of some type of jealousy or whatever it was, and you got to report Friday, you got to report to Cleveland on Friday, here it is Sunday, and you're in jail, you need to get away from that person. If that person know where you're supposed to be on Friday, or if you're up in there doing something that you ain't got no business doing, you need to get away from that person, especially right now. You're watching your entire future flash before your eyes. Not everybody can make it back from that. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to talk to somebody that's been through it before. You got somebody, if somebody's not making you a better individual, if somebody's not making you a better player, a better person, a better husband, better boyfriend, whatever the case may be, get away from them. Get away from them, because the only thing they're going to do is drag you back. They don't have no clue where you possibly are on your way to, yet you're willing to take them on a ride. Everybody can't go where you're headed. Everybody can't go. You know the situation with the NFL, and now with these domestic violence situations. Your conduct, they're taking it very serious. They're trying to listen, even the people that are coming to your house, even the police that are coming to your house, they know who you are. They know who you are. It could have been your word against that person's word. But if you are in that type of situation, Quinshon, you need to get away, man, or get some help. But you need to get out of that situation. You're a young man. You're a talented man. And there are situations where there's people that cling to people like you. You got to face the facts. You got to use reality in these situations. I'm not saying one way or the other. We don't know all the facts yet. You're just in court this morning. But I do know this, that your family and where you come from, somebody raised you and somebody put you in sports and somebody put you out there to try to become the best you can be. And everything's not sports. But the one thing that you truly love, it can be taken away from you. Because that's how they have it set up. So if there's anybody around you that's not supporting you or making you better, there's people out here that can make you better, man. There's people out here that can make you realize your potential. You want those kind of people next to you. I don't care if it's family or not. If you got people around you that's just not any good or don't mean you well, 86 them. Get them out of there. Get them out of there. Because, brother, let me tell you something. You got your whole life ahead of you. I believe you're 21 years old. And they already hitting you with grown folk things. You're being hit with grown folk things like you're married, you've been in a marriage, they talk about domestic violence and all this, that, and the other. Listen, you're still somebody's child at 21. You're just able to get a drink. You just became legal to get a drink, man. You gotta get away from whatever it is that's around you that will put you in a situation that you're in now. You have to get away from that. You're an Ohio State Buckeye, man. A stud. I'm putting up points on this in the clock. We're going into overtime. Because I care about the situation. You're an Ohio State Buckeye, man, with your life and your future in front of you, man. Everybody knows that football is coming up. It's all over television. Who could you be around that could have you acting out of character right now in a time like this when only thing you should be thinking about is football? The only thing you should be thinking about and that should be on your mind is football. Man, you make me want to take a drink of my water. Listen, man, you got to stay focused. This is why I always loved Chris Carter speaking in those places, man. And I don't know why he was even removed. The NFL should be ashamed of themselves removing him. He was keeping it real. He was talking to people that could understand his language. Y'all need to bring Chris Carter back and allow him to speak to these rookies at these symposiums and talk to them and keep them informed on the type of situation. Quinshon, don't you know how many people been in this situation, man, before you that has arrived in the NFL? It's like we got to hold up a sign that's saying, look, this is what happens when you go there. And yet everybody keeps doing it because they removed people like Chris Carter out of them symposiums. I don't like it. I don't like it. I absolutely would love for them to bring him back and allow him to speak to these people and talk to these young men and tell them what's going on. And allow them to know, look, I got 10 points on the board, bro. It's a shame you're not here to defend yourself, but it doesn't matter because it's the court of public opinion right now. The only thing people know and those fans know, those Cleveland Browns fans know, is that you may not be reporting on Friday. They got high hopes for you. You're not drafted number 36 for no reason at all. You're a stud. Everybody knows it, even those that are around you. All I'm saying, look, listen here, young brother. I'm saying to you, like since Chris Carter's not there, nobody else seems to be speaking on it but the scoreboard keepers, because over here, we speak with objectivity, man. We give you the views that you may not hear or see from different places. That's what makes our platform so unique. We're authentic. We speak with integrity. That's what we do over here. It's the real. If you're around somebody right now that can't handle your success, or if you're in love, right, and it's toxic love, Get away from it right now, man. Wait until everybody matures. And then guess what? Some people never mature. They never grow out of the situation they're in. Get them away from you and don't look back. Get them away from you and don't look back, and just keep moving forward. Leave it back there where it was. And that's my advice to you, bro. I want to see you on TV on Sundays. I don't want to see you Sunday in jail. You in court. I want to see you on Sunday afternoons, man. That's my message to you and whoever, whatever players are out there that's listening right now. Look at what Xavier Worthy was going through. It's a good thing he caught that in time. I don't know what the man's situation, so I'm not going to speak on it, but you know what I mean? He did what he had to do. But that's the last things he needed to be going through during his NFL career, during the beginning of his NFL career. That's the last thing you need to be going through. You don't need to be waking up and finding out that this person's not who you thought they was during your rookie season in the NFL. You don't need that. Like, I mean, come on, fellas. Y'all got the world in your palm of your hands. You don't need some woman next to you to validate you if you're not ready for that type of commitment that it takes while you're in the NFL. There's some players that you spend so much time, preparing for the NFL, you don't even got time for that. You don't have time because a relationship takes just as much dedication as it does in the NFL. So it's hard to juggle, and not everybody can balance between the two. Man, I'm putting up some points. Man, you got me. Look, listen, 14 zip. All I'm saying to you is that if you guys are not ready for that type of commitment or that type of relationship, I'm saying that you need to just go your way until, listen, that's not the last person on earth, man. Not the last person on earth. You may think it is at this point at 21. Yeah, I get it. But trust me, you got a lot of life to live and a lot to learn. Take it from somebody who's been through it. Take it from somebody like Chris Carter, who was speaking at these symposiums and telling everybody the real. I just need y'all to listen to me. All y'all NBA players, NFL, and y'all see what's going on out here right now. Make the right choices. Make the better choices. Put yourself first. You're doing something spectacular. Something that only a few percent of college athletes get to do. Is put on an NFL uniform. Everybody's not used to that. But there's a lot of people next to you that just walk into these situations with you because you're dragging a wagon behind you full of people. You don't need to be doing that. They can see you afterwards. Or just like you need to be coming first in this situation because of your circumstances. So if you got somebody sending you down the guilt road of talking about this, that, and the other, and they trying to fight for attention with the NFL right now, listen, this is your career. If you don't have this, what you know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't do other things, but what I'm saying is that this can make a lot of people's lives a little more comfortable. So if these people can't understand that, they're the type of people that don't need to be around you in that business. Because let me tell you something, if you're just walking around without a job and you're trying to be in somebody else's house, they are putting you out, brother. That's when you'll find out what love, you'll find out that love ain't words at that point. It's action. You'll find out that at that point right there, you're going to find out love ain't somebody telling you I love you. It'll be action. And if that action don't equate to what you are feeling, hey, you got to get out of Dodge, man. Oh my goodness. I can't even express this enough, brother. I can't express this enough. If somebody called the police on me a week before I'm supposed to report to camp or mini camp, they ain't gonna never see me again. Are you kidding me? I don't care what kind of feelings I'm having, I'm going to get over it. If I'm sitting in jail a week before I'm supposed to report Friday and I haven't even signed my contract yet, I'm either going to get help, I'm either going to get away from that person, one or the other. Because something's wrong somewhere. They're saying it's allegations right now. We don't know what's true. If it's a lie and somebody called the police on you, then you know you need to get away from that person. But if it's you, you know you need to get help and still get away from that person because it's toxic. Brother, man, Chris Carter, I need y'all to send this video to Chris Carter, man. Chris Carter, listen, man. Brother, they need you back in them symposiums, man. They need you back at them symposiums. They need you speaking and keeping it real with these athletes and letting them know what time it is. Because I'm just telling you right now, listen, I never thought that it would be so many youngsters that don't understand. Like my uncle would call them Joe Donuts. Knuckleheads. You know what I mean? I just keeping it real with you. Because they don't see it coming. They act like they don't see it coming. I mean, you are a walking, you're a walking commodity, man. You're a walking business. You're an entity. You have to protect your walking brand. You have to protect your brand. Come on, man. Look, man, I'm dropping all these points. Do you see the score? From the ref, you see it? Get in my comments. Leave a comment below if you need some guidance. Get in my comments, man. If you're a professional player and you're about to go into the league, listen, if you don't got nobody else to talk to, get in my comments. I'm gonna give you the 411. You got to talk to somebody that you know that's going to give you the real. You guys need to protect yourselves. You're a walking brand. You understand what I'm saying? The things that everybody would like for you to, you'll have people saying, listen, I want you. They're just happy for you to be in what the world will call a certain status. But nobody said you had to be married at 20. Nobody said you had to be walking around here trying to live grown folks' lives. Okay, when you still got Big Mom and Big Mama and all them. Like, listen. We see situations all the time where we'll see girlfriends before we see the moms. The one that birthed you. They put a microphone in front of your face. We look right next to you and be like, who's that over there? Where mom at? Where dad at? That's what some of us out here are looking for because we know that type of stability raises good children. That type of stability because they look and they see it. Okay? They have a model before they go out there in the world. Man, look, I'm about to skunk you, bro. I'm stopping at 21 points. Listen, get this message out here. Y'all, listen, I want y'all to, first of all, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thumb up this video. But if you're not a part of the Scoreboard Keepers family, make sure you subscribe to the channel and get this video out here to these guys, man. Especially these guys coming into the NFL, man. Listen, you get a young guy, come from the hood. I don't care where he come from. All right. And the first thing you do is you stuff $1 million in his pockets, right? He's away from his parents and he's out there and he don't know how to act. And the next thing you know, his career is over in 2 years. Maybe not even making it to his career. But just this situation alone, bro, you ain't even signed. You ain't even signed yet. You ain't got no money in your pocket. Now you're going to need a lawyer. Your signing bonus, you ain't even got it yet. Listen, man. That's going to conclude this episode of Scoreboard Keepers. Y'all got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Get this video out there. Chris Carter, these young boys need you back in them symposiums. They need to hear the real. They need to hear somebody that's going to keep it 100 with them and tell them exactly what they're going to be experiencing when they become a professional athlete. And some of them may need relationship counseling. Okay? Because right now, it's just a fad out here right now that every time you see one of these players that's on their way to the NFL, They got some girlfriend on the side of them. I'm not saying that everybody's not right and there's not somebody for everybody, but you know what I mean? Some of these guys are still like 21, 20, 22 years old, and all of a sudden you got real life right at your door. You're still somebody's child, man. You're still somebody's child, and that's what it is. You still there's a lot of things you need to learn until you're 30. Yes, there's a lot of things you're going to be learning all the way up until you're 30 and into your 40s. You ain't going to never get too grown to get some advice, man. The world out here is crazy. Still putting up points on you, man. Unbelievable. I'm going to stop right there, man. Listen, get in my comments, subscribe to the channel, thumb up this video, get it out there. And we welcome all you guys to come and be a part of the Scoreboard Keepers family. I look forward to seeing y'all, man. So listen, Quinshon, I wish you the best of luck, man. All right, I hope you make it out of this situation. I don't know what's going on. They said it's allegedly, so I can't accuse you of anything. Yeah, you're innocent until proven guilty. But like I said, I was anticipating on seeing and hearing how you was doing out there on Friday. Shador. Listen, I'm going to just tell you. I'm just going to put this out there. Shador Sanders. I never seen him walking around here parading anybody. He's the quarterback. He's private. Tell he's private, whatever he got going on. But I know Dion got to be in his ear. Okay? Pretty sure he got a girlfriend somewhere, this, that, and the other, but knows his place. I pulled up a video yesterday, or maybe it was today, and look, he's in the backyard throwing footballs and half a uniform, half Cleveland Browns uniform on. And you're supposed to be down there with him, man. You're supposed to be down there with him. Y'all both rookies. You're supposed to be right down there with him. Get around that good energy, man. Ain't nothing but success gonna come out of that. What up, Prime? I saw the field out in your backyard. Man, don't make me go to my trunk, Prime. I still got my spikes. Man, don't ever, what? Don't make me. What? Listen, man. Until the next time I see y'all, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And from the Scoreboard Keepers, all we have to say to you is score.